$47,000. That's what it cost for my wife to die. I'm Frank Dawson. I'm 69 years old. I worked at General Motors for 36 years. Linda and I, we did everything right. Saved what we could, paid off our house, raised 2 good kids. 3 weeks after her funeral, I sold our home to pay the hospital. 6 weeks later, I was sleeping in my truck under a bridge. At 69 years old, one medical emergency took everything. This is the story of how I lost it all, and how a bowl of soup saved my life. My name is Frank Dawson. I'm 69 years old. This morning, like every morning for the past 43 years, I woke up next to Linda. The light comes through our bedroom window around 6:30. It hits the curtain she made herself, yellow fabric with little blue flowers. She said they'd make the room feel like spring all year round. She was right about that. She was right about most things. I reached over. Her side of the bed was warm. I could hear her downstairs already, humming something, probably that Ella Fitzgerald song. Dream a little dream of me. It's been her favorite since before I knew her. I got dressed slowly. My knees don't bend like they used to. The mirror showed me what it always shows me now. Gray hair, deep lines around my eyes, a face that's seen better decades. But I was clean. I was standing. That was enough. Downstairs, Linda had the radio on. WCPN, the jazz station. She stood at the counter in her blue bathrobe, pouring coffee into the 2 mugs our daughter Emily gave us last Christmas. They say his and hers in gold letters, a little corny maybe, but we use them every day.
"Morning, handsome,"
she said without turning around. "Morning, beautiful." She turned and smiled. That smile, 70 years old, and it still does something to my chest. Her hair was silver now, cut short because she said long hair was too much trouble. But her eyes, still that same warm brown that stopped me cold at a diner in 1975.
"Emily called already.
Linda said, sliding my mug across the table.
Left a message. Wanted to remind us about her birthday dinner next week."
We forget one time.
"Twice."
Twice, and she never lets us hear the end of it. Linda laughed. She sat down across from me. The kitchen table was old Formica, chipped at the edges. We'd talked about replacing it for years. Never did. It held our meals, our bills, our late-night conversations when the kids were sick or we couldn't sleep. It was ours. Outside, Cleveland was waking up. Our street, West 65th, was quiet. Working-class neighborhood, always had been. The houses were close together, small yards, chain-link fences. People here worked at the plants, the warehouses, the hospitals. They mowed their own lawns. They waved when you drove past.
"What do you want to do today?"
Linda asked. Same as always?
"Lake Erie?"
Lake Erie. We'd been taking the same walk for 30 years, down to Edgewater Park, along the beach, back through the neighborhood. 2 miles, maybe 3. Slow and steady. We weren't in a hurry anymore. I worked at the General Motors plant for 36 years. Started when I was 22, fresh out of a failed attempt at community college. My father worked there, too. He got me in. Said it was honest work, union work, the kind that could build a life. He was right. I worked the assembly line, stamping, welding, quality control. The work was hard, loud, repetitive, but it was steady. Every 2 weeks, a paycheck. Every year, a raise, health insurance, a pension someday. That was the promise. Linda worked, too. Secretary at an insurance office downtown. She took the bus every morning, came home every evening smelling like coffee and copy toner. We saved what we could. Not much, but enough to buy this house in 1984. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a basement that flooded when it rained too hard. We raised 2 kids here, Michael and Emily. Good kids, smart kids. Michael went to Ohio State, studied engineering. Emily went to Case Western, became a nurse. We paid what we could for their tuition, took out loans for the rest, went without vacations, drove old cars, ate simple meals. Family comes first. That's what my father taught me. That's what I taught them. Michael got married in 1998. Big wedding. We helped pay for it. Emily got married in 2003. Another big wedding. We helped pay for that too. They both had good jobs by then, good lives. We were proud. The pension didn't come, not the way they promised. GM restructured, downsized. The plant closed in 2009. I was 53. They offered early retirement, a fraction of what we'd been told to expect. I took it. What choice did I have? Linda kept working until she was 65. We lived carefully, very carefully. The savings we'd built, most of it went to the weddings, the kids' emergencies, the times they needed help. We told ourselves we'd rebuild it. There was time. There wasn't, but I don't regret it. You don't regret helping your children. You just don't. We finished our coffee. Linda rinsed the mugs. I grabbed my jacket, a brown canvas thing I'd owned since the 90s. Linda put on her windbreaker, pink. She looked like a flower.
Ready?
She asked. Always. The walk to the lake took 20 minutes. The air was cool. October in Cleveland. The leaves were turning, reds and yellows against the gray sky. Lake Erie stretched out like a sheet of hammered metal. The water was choppy. A few gulls drifted overhead. We walked slowly. Linda's hand in mine. We didn't talk much. We didn't need to. After 43 years, silence is comfortable.
You remember when we brought the kids here?
Linda asked. Every weekend?
Michael used to collect rocks, said he was building a castle. Emily just wanted to chase the birds. She never caught one. Never stopped trying, though.
Linda smiled. We kept walking. The path wound along the shore. Other people passed us, joggers, dog walkers, a man with a metal detector.
Frank,
Linda said suddenly. Yeah? She stopped. Her face looked strange, pale.
I feel.
She didn't finish. Her eyes rolled back. Her knees buckled. I caught her, barely. She was heavy in my arms, a dead weight. Her head lolled to the side. Linda! No response. Her lips were turning blue. Somebody help! I shouted, my voice cracked. Please! Somebody! A jogger stopped, pulled out a phone. I heard words, ambulance, emergency, stroke. I held Linda against my chest. Her breathing was shallow, wrong. Stay with me, I whispered. Please, please, stay with me. The ambulance came fast. Lights, sirens. 2 paramedics lifted her onto a stretcher. They asked me questions. Her age, her medications, her symptoms. I answered. My voice didn't sound like mine. They let me ride in the ambulance. I held her hand. It was cold. The paramedic kept saying things. Blood pressure, oxygen levels, ETA. None of it made sense. The hospital was chaos. Bright lights, beeping machines, doctors in blue scrubs. They wheeled Linda through double doors. A nurse stopped me.
You'll have to wait here, sir.
That's my wife.
I know. We'll update you as soon as we can.
The waiting room smelled like disinfectant. I sat in a plastic chair. My hands were shaking. I called Michael. No answer. Left a message. Called Emily. She picked up.
Dad? What's wrong?
It's your mother. She collapsed. We're at Metro Health. You need to come.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming right now.
She hung up. I sat there. People came and went. A television played silently in the corner. I stared at it without seeing anything. A doctor came out 2 hours later, young woman, tired eyes.
Mr. Dawson,
I stood. My legs felt weak.
your wife had a stroke, a severe one. We've stabilized her, but she's in the ICU. The next 72 hours are critical.
Can I see her?
Soon. She's sedated right now. We're monitoring her closely.
She'll be okay, though. Right? The doctor's face didn't change.
We're doing everything we can.
That's when I knew. When people say they're doing everything they can, it means they don't know. It means hope is thin. Emily arrived an hour later. Michael came that evening. We stood around Linda's bed. Tubes in her nose, wires on her chest, machines breathing for her. This wasn't her. This was something else.
She'll pull through,
Michael said.
she's strong.
She just needs rest, I said. She'll be fine. But I didn't believe it. Neither did they. The bills started coming within days. The insurance covered some of it, not enough. The hospital wanted payments, down payments, co-pays, guarantees, numbers that made my stomach turn. I sold our car, used the money to pay the first round. I emptied what was left in our savings account. It lasted 2 weeks. I called Michael, asked if he could help.
Dad, I wish I could. But we're maxed out. The mortgage, the kids' school, it's tight right now.
I called Emily.
I'll talk to David.
She said.
I'll see what we can do.
She didn't call back. Linda had a good day once, 3 weeks in. Her eyes opened. She looked at me, tried to smile. I brought her flowers, daisies, her favorite. She couldn't speak, but she squeezed my hand. I thought that was the turning point. I thought we'd made it. She died the next morning. I was in the cafeteria getting coffee. They said it was peaceful. They said she didn't suffer. They said a lot of things that didn't help. The funeral was on a cold day in November, wind off the lake, gray sky. The priest said the usual things, faith, eternal rest, God's plan. I didn't hear most of it. I watched the coffin. It was so small. How could she fit in something so small? Michael and Emily stood next to me. They cried. I didn't. I couldn't. It was like something inside me had frozen solid. Afterward, people came to the house, brought casseroles, said kind words, left. Michael and Emily left too. They had to get back to work, to their lives. I stood in the empty kitchen. The table was still set for two. Her mug was still on the counter. The radio was still tuned to the jazz station. I picked up her wedding ring. She'd taken it off before the hospital, said it was getting too tight. I slipped it into my pocket. The house smelled like her. Lavender soap. The lotion she used. The faint scent of her shampoo. But it felt empty. Completely empty. I turned on the radio. Ella Fitzgerald. Dream a little dream of me. I turned it off. It's strange how a house can still smell like someone, but already feel like they're gone. 3 weeks after the funeral, I still set the table for two. I couldn't help it. Every morning, 2 plates, 2 forks, 2 mugs. I'd stand there with the second mug in my hand, realizing, then I'd put it away, then I'd take it out again the next morning. The house was too quiet. The furnace clicked on and off. The refrigerator hummed. Outside, cars passed. But inside, nothing. No radio, no humming, no footsteps on the stairs. I tried to keep busy, washed dishes that were already clean, swept floors that had no dirt, folded the same towel 3 times. The mail came every day. Most of it was bills. Metro Health Medical Center, Cleveland Clinic, Radiology Associates. Each envelope brought a new number. Each number was impossible. I spread them across the kitchen table, added them up on a piece of paper. The total made my hands shake. $47,000. The insurance had paid some. Not enough. Not even close. There were codes I didn't understand. Denials for reasons that made no sense. Pre-existing conditions. Out-of-network providers. Procedures deemed not medically necessary. Linda died anyway, but apparently some of it wasn't necessary. I called the hospital billing department, waited on hold for 30 minutes. A woman answered. She sounded tired. "I need to talk about my wife's bill," I said.
Account number?
I gave it to her. Heard typing.
Yes, Mr. Dawson. I see the balance here. $47,218.
I can't pay that.
We can set up a payment plan.
How much per month? More typing.
For a 5-year plan, that would be $787 per month.
I did the math in my head. My Social Security was $1,200 a month. The house payment was $600. Utilities another $150. That left almost nothing for food, for heat, for anything. I don't have that much, I said.
We also offer a 10-year plan. That would be $394 per month.
I'm 69 years old. What if I don't live 10 years? Silence on the line.
Sir, these are the options we have available.
What if I just need more time?
The account is already 60 days past due. If we don't receive payment or establish a plan, we'll have to send it to collections.
Collections?
Yes, sir?
My wife just died.
I understand, sir. I'm very sorry for your loss, but the charges were incurred and payment is required.
I hung up. That night I couldn't sleep. I lay in bed staring at the ceiling. The house made noises I'd never noticed before. Creaking, settling, like it was falling apart slowly. At 3 in the morning I got up, went to the kitchen, made coffee I didn't want. The wedding ring was still in my pocket. I'd been carrying it everywhere. I took it out, held it up to the light. Simple gold band. We'd bought them at a jewelry store in Parma for $80 each, the most we could afford. She wore it for 43 years, never took it off except at the end. I put it back in my pocket. The next call came from a different number. I almost didn't answer.
Mr. Dawson, this is Jennifer calling from Midwest Credit Solutions. We're calling regarding an outstanding balance of $47,218. Can you confirm your date of birth?
Who are you?
We're a debt collection agency working on behalf of Metro Health Medical Center.
It's only been 2 months.
The account was transferred to us due to non-payment. We'd like to work with you to resolve this. Can we discuss payment options?
I already told the hospital. I don't have it.
Do you own any property, Mr. Dawson?
My stomach went cold. What?
Do you own your home?
That's none of your business.
Sir, we're trying to help you avoid legal action. If you own property, we may be able to work out a settlement.
I hung up again. But she was right. I did own the house. Linda and I had paid off the mortgage 3 years ago. 30 years of payments. It was ours. Free and clear. Except now it wasn't. I sat at the kitchen table, looked around. This room, this house. We'd painted these walls, fixed that crack in the ceiling, replaced those cabinet handles. Every inch of it was ours. I thought about Michael and Emily, thought about calling them, asking for help again. But I already knew. Michael had made it clear. Emily hadn't called back in 3 weeks. I was on my own. The real estate agent's name was Karen Palmer. She wore a gray suit and too much perfume. She walked through the house making notes on a tablet.
These hardwood floors are nice,
She said.
Original?
Yes. The kitchen could use updating. But the bones are good. She tapped the walls, looked at the windows, opened closets.
These walls could use a new coat of paint.
She said.
And the bathroom tile is dated. But location is solid, working class neighborhood. Steady demand.
How much? I asked. She looked at her tablet.
In current condition, I'd list it at $135,000. Should sell within 60 days.
$135,000, enough to pay the hospital, enough to have something left over. Not much, but something. Okay, I said.
Okay,
List it. She smiled.
great. I'll draw up the paperwork.
After she left, I walked through the house, slowly, every room. The living room where Michael took his first steps, the kitchen where Emily did her homework, the bedroom where Linda and I slept for 40 years, the basement where I kept my tools. I'd built a life here. Now I was selling it to pay for a death. The house sold in 3 weeks, not 60 days. 3 weeks? A young couple, late 20s, first-time buyers. They walked through smiling, talking about paint colors and furniture arrangements. The woman ran her hand along the kitchen counter.
This is perfect,
She said. Her husband nodded.
We can really make this ours.
I wanted to tell them it was already someone's, but I didn't. The closing was quick. A lawyer's office downtown, signatures, paperwork, a check. $132,000, $3,000 less than asking. The agent said we had to compromise. I paid the hospital, $47,000. Paid the funeral home, $12,000. Paid off the credit cards we'd maxed out during Linda's illness, $8,000. Paid the real estate agent her commission, $7,000. What was left? $58,000. It felt like nothing. I moved to a motel on the east side, weekly rates. The Super 8 on Euclid Avenue, $280 per week. The room was small, 1 bed, a bathroom with a shower that dripped, a hot plate on the dresser, a TV that got basic channels. The walls were thin. I heard everything: fights, crying babies, footsteps at all hours. But it was shelter. It was warm. That was all that mattered now. I looked for work every day, put on my clean shirt, walked to businesses along Euclid, fast food places, warehouses, convenience stores. "We're not hiring right now," they said. Or, "Do you have recent experience?" Or, "We're looking for someone more active." Translation: younger. I was 69. My knees hurt, my back hurt, my hands shook sometimes, but I could work. I'd worked my whole life, Nobody cared. Finally, a warehouse on East 55th Street hired me. Temporary position, moving boxes, sorting inventory, $8 an hour, 4-hour shifts, $32 a day before taxes. The work was hard, harder than I remembered. The boxes were heavy. The pace was fast. The manager was half my age and twice as impatient.
Come on, Frank. Let's pick it up.
I tried. I really tried. But my body couldn't keep up. After a week, I pulled something in my shoulder. After 2 weeks, I dropped a box. It shattered. Merchandise ruined. The manager called me into his office.
Frank, this isn't working out.
I'll be more careful.
It's not about careful. It's about speed, accuracy. We need someone who can handle the pace.
I need this job.
I'm sorry. I really am. But I have to let you go.
I walked back to the motel. It took an hour. My shoulder throbbed. The sky was gray. It started to rain. Inside the room, I sat on the bed, stared at the wall. The TV was off. The silence was complete. Michael sent a text that night.
Hope you're doing okay, Dad.
I didn't respond. Emily didn't text at all. Money went fast. Rent, food, bus fare, laundry, little things that added up. I cooked on the hot plate, canned soup, ramen noodles, white bread, and peanut butter. Sometimes I'd walk to the dollar store and buy whatever was cheapest. I stopped buying coffee. Too expensive. At night, I lay in bed listening to the sounds of the motel. The world kept moving. Everyone had somewhere to go, something to do. I was the only one standing still. One night, someone broke into my truck. It was parked in the motel lot. I woke up to the sound of glass breaking, ran outside in my underwear. Too late. They were gone. They'd stolen everything. The registration, the spare tire, the toolbox from the bed, and a cardboard box I'd kept behind the seat. Linda's photos, all of them. Every picture we'd ever taken, our wedding, the kids as babies, vacations, holidays. 43 years in one box. Gone. I searched the parking lot, the dumpsters, the alley behind the motel. Found nothing. It rained again. I kept looking anyway. Went through trash bags, turned over garbage, mud on my hands, water soaking through my jacket. A police car pulled up. 2 officers got out.
Sir, what are you doing?
Someone stole my photos, I said.
Your photos?
My wife's photos. They were in my truck. I need to find them. The younger officer looked at his partner. The older one sighed.
Sir, you need to go inside. You can file a report in the morning.
They're all I have left of her.
I understand, but you're not going to find them out here. Come on, let's get you inside.
They walked me back to my room, waited until I closed the door. I sat on the edge of the bed, soaking wet, shaking, not from cold. I couldn't remember her face clearly anymore, not without the photos. The details were fading, the exact shape of her smile, the way her hair fell, the sound of her laugh. She was disappearing, and I couldn't stop it. That night, I dreamed about her. We were young again, at that diner in 1975. She was wearing a yellow dress. Her hair was long. She smiled at me across the table. You always smelled like coffee and lilacs, I said.
You always smelled like motor oil and hope,
she said. We danced. The jukebox played Ella Fitzgerald. The diner was empty, except for us. We swayed slowly, her head on my chest.
Don't let the world take you before your time,
she whispered. I'm trying.
Try harder.
I woke up. The room was dark. Rain hit the window. Outside a siren wailed. I got up, stood at the window, looked out at the street. Cars passed. Their headlights cut through the rain. Everyone going somewhere. I whispered, just one more day. It became my prayer, my mantra, every morning, every night. Just one more day. I could survive one more day. I had to. Winter came early that year. By December, I was sleeping in my truck. The motel cost too much. The money was running out faster than I'd calculated. Food, gas, the truck's registration renewal, a doctor visit when I couldn't stop coughing. The math didn't work anymore. I parked under the I-90 overpass near East 55th Street. Other vehicles were there, too. A van with curtains in the windows. An old sedan with blankets piled in the back. A camper with a broken axle. We didn't talk much, just nodded when we passed each other. An understanding. We were invisible. We wanted to stay that way. The truck's heater worked but killed the battery if I ran it too long. I learned to use it in short bursts. 20 minutes on, 2 hours off. I slept in my coat, used a sleeping bag I'd bought at Goodwill for $12. Still, the cold got through. Every morning, I woke up stiff. My breath formed clouds. Ice on the inside of the windows. I'd start the truck, let it warm up, drive to a gas station, use the bathroom, wash my face and hands in the sink, brush my teeth, try to look presentable. The attendant knew. They always knew. But as long as I bought something, a coffee, a donut, they let me use the facilities. Small mercies. I spent my days looking for work, walking, always walking. My shoes were wearing through. I put cardboard inside to cover the holes. It helped for a while. Nobody was hiring, not for someone like me. I tried a temp agency on Superior Avenue, filled out forms, took a basic skills test on a computer. The woman at the desk smiled politely.
We'll call if something comes up.
They never called. I tried day labor sites. Stood with 30 other men at dawn outside a hardware store on St. Clair. Contractors would pull up in trucks, point at the youngest and strongest, drive away with them. I was never chosen. One day, I met a man named Eugene. He was sitting on a bench outside the public library. Black man, maybe 70. Had a military bearing despite the worn jacket and fingerless gloves.
You new to this?
He asked. Is it that obvious? He smiled, missing 2 front teeth.
You still got hope in your eyes. Give it time.
How long you been out here?
3 years. Got laid off from the VA hospital. Maintenance work, pension got cut, savings ran out. Here I am.
You were at the VA?
32 years. Navy before that. Served in Vietnam.
He said it without pride or shame. Just fact. Thank you for your service, I said. He shrugged.
Didn't keep me off the street.
We sat in silence, watched people come and go. Everyone had somewhere to be.
There's a shelter on Payne Avenue,
Eugene said.
Hot meals, place to shower. It's something.
I've got my truck. For now. He was right, but I wasn't ready to admit it yet. I started collecting cans and bottles, walked through neighborhoods on trash day, checked dumpsters behind restaurants. 5 cents per can in Ohio. Didn't sound like much, but 50 cans was $2.50. 50 cans was a meal. The work was humbling. People stared. Some looked away. Some looked through me like I wasn't there. That was worse somehow. One afternoon, a young couple handed me $2 at a red light. I was standing on the median, holding a trash bag full of cans. They rolled down their window. The woman smiled, pity in her eyes.
Here you go, sir. God bless.
I took it, said thank you. They drove away. I heard them through the open window.
Poor old man.
I know. It's so sad.
Their voices faded. I stood there holding the $2. The light changed. Cars honked. I moved. I used to build the cars they drove. I wanted to shout it. But who would care? In January, I got a break. A construction site on Carnegie Avenue needed day laborers, moving debris, cleaning up. Cash at the end of each shift, $40 a day. The foreman was a thick man with a gray beard. Looked at me skeptically.
You sure you can handle this?
Yes, sir.
It's hard work.
I know hard work. He shrugged.
1 day at a time. Show up at 7. You don't show, don't bother coming back.
I showed up every morning for 2 weeks. The work was brutal. Hauling scrap metal, loading dumpsters, breaking up concrete. My body screamed, but I kept moving. $40 a day, $200 a week. It wasn't much, but it was something. The other workers were mostly younger, Mexican men who spoke Spanish among themselves. They worked fast, efficient. They didn't talk to me much, but they weren't unkind. One of them, his name was Carlos, shared his lunch with me once. Tacos his wife made. I tried to refuse.
No, please eat.
He pushed the container toward me. They were the best tacos I'd ever had. I told him so. He smiled.
My wife, she's a good cook.
You're lucky?
Yes, very lucky, thank it.
The accident happened on a Friday. Scaffolding collapse. I was moving plywood sheets. Heard a crack. Shouting. Looked up. Metal pipes falling. I tried to move, not fast enough. Something hit my leg. Pain shot up my spine. I went down hard. Hit my ribs on a concrete block. Couldn't breathe. Men shouting, hands lifting the pipe off me, someone calling 911. No, I managed to say. No ambulance.
You're hurt, man. You need a hospital.
Can't afford it. They looked at each other. The foreman crouched next to me.
At least let us get you to urgent care.
I'm fine.
You're not fine. You can barely move.
He was right. My leg wouldn't support weight. My ribs felt broken. Every breath was sharp. A younger guy stepped forward. Black man, early 30s, wearing a reflective vest. I'd seen him around the site, but never spoken to him.
I'll take him,
he said. Marcus, you don't have to.
I got it.
He helped me up. Let me lean on him. Walked me to his truck. A Ford Ranger, clean, well-maintained.
What's your name?
He asked. Frank.
Frank, I'm Marcus. We're going to urgent care. Don't argue.
I didn't have the strength to argue. The clinic was on Detroit Avenue. Small operation. No insurance required. $50 for an exam. Marcus paid it before I could protest. I'll pay you back, I said.
Don't worry about it.
The doctor was a young woman with tired eyes, poked and prodded, took x-rays, came back with results.
Bruised ribs, sprained knee, nothing broken. You're lucky.
Doesn't feel lucky.
Could have been worse. Ice the knee. Rest for a week. Take ibuprofen for the pain.
Rest for a week. Easy for her to say. Marcus drove me back toward the construction site. I told him where my truck was parked.
Under the overpass?
He asked. Yeah. He didn't say anything, just drove. When we got there, he parked next to my truck. Looked at me.
You living in that?
I didn't answer.
Frank?
It's temporary.
How long?
Couple months. He was quiet then.
You eating today?
I'm fine.
That's not what I asked.
No. He sighed. Put the truck in gear.
Come on.
Where?
My place. I'm making dinner. You're eating?
You don't have to.
I know I don't have to. But I'm going to. So save your breath.
His apartment was in Tremont. Small one-bedroom above a laundromat. Clean, sparse, a couch, a TV, a kitchen table with 2 chairs, pictures on the wall. His mother, I guessed, a woman with kind eyes.
Sit,
he said. I sat, watched him cook. He moved efficiently, chopped onions, browned meat, added spices I couldn't name. The smell made my stomach ache. You cook often? I asked.
Every day. Grew up in foster care. Learned young that if you want to eat decent food, you make it yourself.
Foster care.
Yeah, bounced around. 6 different homes. Aged out at 18. Been on my own ever since.
That's rough, he shrugged.
Made me who I am.
He served the food. Pasta with meat sauce, garlic bread, a simple salad. I ate slowly, trying not to seem desperate, failing.
When's the last time you had a real meal?
Marcus asked. Been a while.
You got family?
2 kids. They're busy with their own lives. He nodded, didn't push. After dinner, he made coffee. We sat at the table. The apartment was warm. The pain in my ribs had dulled to a manageable ache.
I run a diner,
Marcus said.
Small place, off 14th Street. My partner and I bought it 3 years ago. Been building it up slow.
That's good.
We're short a dishwasher. Guy quit last week. It's not glamorous, but it's steady. Pays $10 an hour. Includes a meal each shift.
I looked at him. Why are you telling me this?
Because I'm offering you the job.
You don't know me.
I know you showed up every day for 2 weeks. I know you work hard. I know you need a break.
He paused.
And I know what it's like to need someone to believe in you.
I'm 69 years old. I'm living in a truck. I just got hurt on a job. I'm not exactly a good bet.
Maybe not. But I'm not looking for a good bet. I'm looking for someone who shows up and does the work.
He leaned forward.
You got anything better lined up?
I didn't answer.
That's what I thought.
He stood, got a pen and paper, wrote an address.
Come by Monday morning, 7 a.m. We'll try you out for a week, see how it goes.
I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything. Just show up.
He drove me back to the overpass, helped me into my truck. The sleeping bag was there. The cold was waiting. Marcus, I said, why are you doing this? He was quiet for a moment, looked out at the darkness under the bridge, at the other vehicles, at the invisible people trying to survive.
Somebody helped me once,
he said.
When I had nothing. Gave me a job washing dishes. Taught me to cook. Believed I was worth something.
He looked at me.
I'm just passing it forward.
He drove away. I sat in the truck, held the paper with the address. My hands were shaking. A diner on 14th Street, a job, a meal, a chance. I thought about Linda, about her voice in my dream. Don't let the world take you before your time. I folded the paper carefully, put it in my pocket next to her wedding ring, Monday, 7 a.m. I'd be there. I had to be. Just one more day. And then another. And then another. Maybe that was enough. Maybe that was how you survived. I arrived at 6:45, 15 minutes early. Old habit. The diner was a narrow building wedged between a hardware store and a barber shop. Faded yellow paint, a handwritten sign in the window, Marcus and Lee's, good food, fair price. The glass door had a bell that jingled when I pushed it open. Inside smelled like coffee and frying bacon. The space was small, a counter with 10 stools, 4 booths along the wall, black and white checkered floor, old but clean. Marcus was behind the counter pouring coffee for an elderly woman. He looked up, smiled.
Frank, you came.
Said I would.
Come on back.
I followed him through a swinging door into the kitchen. Stainless steel counters, a flat-top griddle, 2 fryers, a sink piled with dishes from breakfast prep.
This is your station,
Marcus said, pointing to the sink.
Simple system. Wash, rinse, sanitize. Stack here to dry. Put away when you got time.
I nodded.
Aprons in the closet. You good to start?
Yes.
Then let's get to work.
The first week was hard. My ribs still hurt. My knee was stiff. Standing for hours made my back ache. But the work was straightforward, repetitive. I could do it without thinking. Wash, rinse, sanitize, stack. The rhythm was soothing somehow. The hot water felt good on my hands. The soap smelled like lemons. There was something honest about making dirty things clean again. Marcus worked the grill. His partner, David Lee, handled the counter and customers. David was Chinese-American, maybe 50. Quiet man. Efficient. He moved like he'd been doing this his whole life. They worked well together. No wasted words. Marcus would call out orders. David would pour coffee, deliver plates, refill ketchup bottles. They had a rhythm. I tried to stay out of the way, do my job, not cause problems. On Wednesday, Marcus brought me a plate during the lunch rush.
Take a break. Eat.
I'm fine.
Frank, sit down. Eat.
It was a hamburger, fries, coleslaw, simple food, but it tasted incredible. Maybe because I was hungry. Maybe because someone made it for me. Marcus sat down across from me, ate his own burger.
You're doing good,
he said, just washing dishes.
You're showing up. That's more than most people do.
I didn't know what to say to that. Why a diner? I asked. He smiled.
I told you. Someone gave me a job, washing dishes when I was 19. Place called Sammy's, over on Lorraine. Owner was this old Greek guy. Taught me everything. How to crack eggs one-handed. How to flip pancakes. How to talk to customers. He paused. He treated me like family. First person who ever did.
What happened to him?
Died 5 years ago. Heart attack. His kids didn't want the business. Sold it to a chain. They gutted it. Took away everything that made it special.
He looked around the diner.
So David and I saved up. Bought this place. Wanted to do it right.
You're doing it right.
Some days I'm not sure, but we keep trying.
The bell above the door jingled, customers coming in. Marcus stood.
Break's over.
I went back to the sink, kept washing. After a week, Marcus asked me to help with prep. Simple stuff. Chopping onions, slicing tomatoes, peeling potatoes.
You know your way around a knife?
He said, watching me work. Used to cook at home, nothing fancy, but I could make a decent meal.
What did you make?
Pot roast, meatloaf. Stew? I paused. My wife made a stew. called it her specialty. She'd never write down the recipe. Said she cooked by feel.
You remember it?
Some of it.
Show me.
I looked at him. What?
Show me. Make the stew. We'll see how it turns out.
I don't know if...
Frank, just try.
So I tried. I started with what I remembered. Beef chuck, carrots, potatoes, onions, celery. The basics were easy, but Linda had added other things. A bay leaf, Worcestershire sauce, a splash of red wine, tomato paste for richness, a pinch of sugar to balance the acid. I worked from memory, followed her movements in my mind, the way she'd taste and adjust. Add a little more of this, a little less of that. Marcus watched, didn't interfere. When it was done, I ladled some into a bowl, handed it to him. He tasted it, closed his eyes.
Frank.
It's not right. I know, I forgot.
This tastes like someone loved somebody.
I looked at him.
I'm serious. This tastes like home, like comfort, like...
He trailed off.
We're putting this on the menu.
You don't have to.
I'm not doing it to be nice. I'm doing it because it's good.
He smiled.
Linda's stew. We'll call it that. Made with heart.
Something in my chest loosened. A knot I didn't know was there. Thank you, I said quietly.
Don't thank me. You made it.
The stew went on the menu the next day. David wrote it on the chalkboard in neat letters. Linda's stew, made with heart, $8.99. The first customer who ordered it was an older man, white beard, flannel shirt. He ate slowly, finished the whole bowl, called David over.
That's stew,
he said.
That's real food. Tell your cook I said so.
David smiled.
I will.
Word spread. Slowly at first, then faster. People started coming in specifically for the stew. Older customers mostly. They'd eat quietly. Some would tear up a little. Some would tell stories about their mothers or grandmothers or wives. Tastes like home, they'd say. Every time I thought of Linda, wondered if she knew, if somehow she could see this. I still slept in my truck, but I was saving money. $10 an hour, 6-hour shifts, 5 days a week, $300 a week before taxes, $240 after. It wasn't much, but it was steady. Marcus noticed I was still living in the truck. Didn't say anything for a while. Then one evening after closing, he pulled me aside.
There's a room upstairs,
he said.
Used to be storage. It's small, but it's got a bed, a window, heat.
I can't.
$200 a month. That's fair.
Marcus.
Frank, you're working here every day. You're making us money. The stew's a hit. This makes sense for everyone.
I don't want charity.
It's not charity. It's business. And maybe a little bit of looking out for each other.
I didn't argue anymore. The room was small, just like he said. A twin bed, a dresser, a small closet, but it was clean, warm. The window looked out over 14th Street. I could see the hardware store, the barber shop, people walking past. I moved in that weekend, didn't have much to move, my clothes, my sleeping bag, Linda's wedding ring still in my pocket. That first night in a real bed, I slept 10 hours straight. Winter gave way to spring. The stew remained popular. Marcus taught me other recipes, showed me how to make pancakes light and fluffy, how to season a burger properly, how to make gravy that wasn't lumpy. I taught him things too, how to sharpen knives correctly, how to organize a workspace for efficiency. Small things I'd learned over a lifetime. We fell into an easy partnership. He'd cook breakfast and lunch. I'd handle prep and make the stew. David managed the front. We worked 6 days a week. Closed Sundays. On Sundays, I'd walk to the library, read the newspaper. Sometimes I'd walk to Lake Erie, stand at the shore, watch the water. One Sunday in April, a reporter came to the diner, young woman with a notebook. She'd heard about the stew, wanted to do a story for the local paper.
Human interest piece,
she said.
The neighborhood diner that's bringing people together.
Marcus agreed. She interviewed him, interviewed David. Then she turned to me.
And you're Frank? The one who makes the stew?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me about it? Where the recipe came from?
I told her about Linda, about our life together, about how she'd made this stew for 40 years, how I'd recreated it from memory.
Why do you think people respond to it so strongly?
She asked. I thought about it. Because it's honest. It's not fancy. It's just good food made with care. People can taste the difference. She wrote that down, smiled.
That's beautiful.
The article ran 2 weeks later, front page of the neighborhood section. The diner that serves healing. A photo of Marcus and me in the kitchen, another of the stew in a bowl. The next day, the line was out the door. People came from across the city, families, couples, solo diners. They ordered the stew, took photos. Some asked to meet me. I was embarrassed by the attention, but also grateful. This food, Linda's food, was feeding people, bringing them comfort. That meant something. A local news station came, filmed a segment. They interviewed me at the counter. I spoke awkwardly, stumbled over words, but I meant what I said. I just try to put my heart in the pot. That's what my wife did. That's what I learned from her. The segment aired during the evening news. My phone, a cheap flip phone Marcus had convinced me to buy, rang that night. It was Emily.
Dad?
I almost dropped the phone. Emily?
I saw you on the news.
Her voice broke.
Dad? I didn't know. I didn't know things were so bad.
It's okay.
It's not okay. I should have called. I should have helped. I was scared and stupid and selfish.
Emily.
Michael and I watched together. We both saw it. He's here. He wants to talk to you.
There was a pause. Then Michael's voice.
Dad, I'm so sorry.
I sat down on the bed. My hands were shaking.
I failed you,
Michael said.
When you needed me most, I was worried about my own problems, my own money, and I let you...
He couldn't finish. I'm okay now, I said.
That's not the point. You shouldn't have gone through that alone.
We talked for an hour. I told him about the hospital bills, the house, the truck, the construction site, Marcus, the diner, all of it. They listened, really listened.
Can we come see you?
Emily asked.
Please?
Yes, I said. I'd like that. That night, I stood at the window, looked out at the street, the lights from the barber shop, the closed hardware store, the diner below, dark and quiet. I thought about where I'd been 6 months ago, under the overpass, broken, lost, and now, a room, a job, a purpose, family finding their way back. It wasn't everything, but it was enough, more than enough. I took out Linda's wedding ring, held it up to the light from the street. We're getting there, honey, I whispered, slowly. But we're getting there. The ring glinted. For a moment I could almost hear her voice. Almost. But the silence was different now. Not empty, not cold, just quiet, peaceful, like the moment before sunrise. Michael and Emily came on a Saturday in May. I saw them through the diner window, standing on the sidewalk, looking uncertain. Michael had put on weight, gray at his temples now. Emily looked older, too, lines around her eyes. They were in their 40s. When did that happen? I wiped my hands on my apron, walked to the door, opened it. We stood there, looking at each other. Then Emily started crying, stepped forward, hugged me hard.
Dad!
Michael joined us, his arms around both of us. I could feel him shaking. We stood like that for a long time. People walked past. The bell above the door jingled as customers came and went. We didn't move. Finally, we pulled apart. Emily wiped her eyes, laughed a little.
I'm a mess,
she said. You're beautiful, I said. Marcus appeared in the doorway.
Frank, you taking a break?
Marcus, these are my kids, Michael, Emily. Marcus smiled, shook their hands.
Heard a lot about you. Come on in. Sit down. Let me get you some coffee.
We sat in a booth, the one by the window. Marcus brought coffee, menus. Then he disappeared back into the kitchen.
This place is nice,
Michael said, looking around. It's home, I said. Emily reached across the table, took my hand.
Dad, I need to say something. I need you to let me say it.
I nodded.
When Mom died, I ran away. I was scared. Scared of the grief. Scared of losing you too. Scared of not being able to fix it.
Her voice cracked.
So I just disappeared. And that's the worst thing I could have done.
Emily?
Please, let me finish.
She took a breath.
I'm a nurse. I see people in crisis every day. I help them. But when it was my own father, I couldn't face it. I was a coward.
You weren't.
I was. And I'm so sorry.
Michael cleared his throat.
I told myself I couldn't afford to help. That my mortgage, my kids' tuition, all of it meant I was tapped out.
He looked down at his coffee.
But that was an excuse. I was scared too. Scared of what helping you might cost. Scared of disrupting my comfortable life.
You both had your own families to think about, I said.
You're our family,
Emily said.
You and Mom sacrificed everything for us, and when you needed us, we weren't there.
The diner noise filled the silence. Dishes clattering. The hiss of the griddle. Someone laughing at the counter. I don't blame you, I said finally. I was angry for a while. But I'm not anymore.
Why not?
Michael asked. Because I understand fear. I've lived it. And I understand that people do what they can when they can. You're here now. That's what matters. Emily started crying again.
I don't deserve that.
Maybe not. But I'm giving it anyway. I squeezed her hand. Life's too short to die angry. We talked for 2 hours. They told me about their lives. Michael's son had made the honor roll. Emily's daughter was learning violin. Normal things. Family things. I told them about the diner, about Marcus, about learning to cook again, about the stew.
Can we try it?
Michael asked. I went back to the kitchen, ladled 3 bowls, brought them out with fresh bread. They ate slowly, tasting, remembering.
This is it,
Emily whispered.
This is exactly how Mom made it.
Close enough, I said.
No, it's exactly right.
She looked at me.
She'd be so proud of you, Dad.
Something in my chest broke open, not painfully, like a thaw. I hope so, I said. Before they left, we made plans. Dinner next month at Michael's house, Emily's daughter's recital in June, Thanksgiving at my place. The room above the diner was small, but we'd make it work.
We want to be in your life again,
Michael said.
If you'll let us.
I'd like that. Emily hugged me one more time.
I love you, Dad.
I love you too, sweetheart. They drove away. I stood on the sidewalk watching until their car disappeared. Then I went back inside, back to work. That summer, the diner thrived. The stew remained popular. We added other specials, Marcus's barbecue chicken, David's fried rice, my pot roast on Thursdays. We hired a waitress, college student named Sarah, friendly girl, good with customers. She took some of the pressure off David. In July, Marcus called me into his office, a closet-sized room behind the kitchen.
Sit down, Frank.
I sat, worried I'd done something wrong.
David and I have been talking. The diner's doing well, better than we expected. And a lot of that is because of you. Let me finish. We want to make you a partner. Not a huge share, 10%, but enough to make it official. You're part of this place. Should be recognized for it.
I stared at him. Marcus, I can't accept that.
Why not?
I didn't invest anything. I just cook.
You invested your heart, your experience, your recipes. That's worth more than money.
He slid a paper across the desk.
Think about it. Talk to your kids if you want. But I'm serious. We're serious.
I looked at the paper. Partnership agreement. My name in bold letters. Frank Dawson, partner. I don't know what to say.
Say you'll think about it.
I showed the paper to Michael and Emily that weekend. We met at Emily's house. Her husband, David, made coffee. Her daughter played violin in the next room, practicing.
You should do it,
Michael said immediately. It's a gift, I said. I didn't earn it.
Dad, you rebuilt your life from nothing. You earned everything.
Emily touched my arm.
Take it. Build something Mom would want you to.
I signed the papers the next week. Marcus and Lee's became Marcus, Lee, and Dawson's. We kept the old sign, just added a small addendum underneath. Established. 2019, Partners 2024. It felt right. In August, a food blogger wrote about us, called the diner Cleveland's Hidden Gem. The article went viral. Suddenly we had tourists, food enthusiasts, people taking photos of their food. It was overwhelming, but good. We stayed busy, stayed humble, kept the prices fair. That was our rule. Good food, fair prices, treat people right. One afternoon in September, a man came in, older, maybe 75. He ordered the stew, ate quietly. When he finished, he asked to speak to the cook. I came out, wiping my hands. I'm Frank. He stood, extended his hand.
Eugene. We met once, under the overpass. Winter, maybe 9 months ago.
I recognized him then, the veteran, the man who told me about the shelter. Eugene, yes, I remember.
You look different,
he said.
Healthy.
I got lucky.
No, you got a chance, and you took it. That's not luck, that's strength.
He smiled.
I'm happy for you.
Are you okay?
Getting there. Got into a transitional housing program, started getting my VA benefits sorted out. It's slow, but it's happening.
That's good. That's really good. He paid for his meal, left a $5 tip, shook my hand again.
Keep going,
he said. You too. I watched him leave, another person fighting, another person surviving. We were everywhere, all around, invisible until suddenly we weren't. In October, I started volunteering. One morning, a week at a shelter on Payne Avenue, the same one Eugene had told me about. I taught cooking classes, simple meals, budget recipes, how to make cheap ingredients taste good, how to stretch $1, how to feed yourself with dignity. The people who came were quiet at first, guarded. I understood that, but slowly they'd open up, share their stories, their struggles. I shared mine too. The plant closing, the hospital bills, the truck, the overpass.
You lived like us?
One woman asked, disbelief in her voice. Yes.
But you're...
She gestured at my clean clothes, my solid frame.
You made it out.
With help. That's the only way anyone makes it. Someone has to reach down and pull you up.
Who reached for you?
A man named Marcus. He gave me a job when no one else would. Treated me like I mattered. That made all the difference. The woman nodded slowly.
I'm still waiting for my Marcus.
You'll find them. Or they'll find you. Just keep your eyes open. I hoped I was right. I believed I was right. But I knew luck played a role too. Timing, geography, 1,000 small factors. Some people got their Marcus. Some didn't. All I could do was try to be someone's Marcus. Pass it forward. Keep the chain going. On a cold Sunday in November, I visited Linda's grave. First time since the funeral, I brought flowers, daisies, her favorite, and a thermos of stew. Michael and Emily came with me. Their families, too. Michael's wife, Jennifer. Their 2 kids. Emily's husband, David. Their daughter, Sophie. We stood in a circle around the headstone. Gray marble. Simple inscription. Linda Marie Dawson, 1955 to 2024. Beloved wife, mother, friend. I knelt down, placed the flowers, opened the thermos, poured some stew into a small bowl, set it by the stone. We found our way back, honey, I said quietly. Took a while. Got lost for a bit, but we made it. Emily knelt beside me, put her arm around my shoulders.
She knew, Dad. She always knew you'd be okay.
I wasn't sure I would be.
But you are. You're more than okay. You're thriving.
Michael joined us. His kids stood behind him, unsure what to do. This was their grandmother. They barely remembered her. Tell them about her, I said to Michael. Tell them the stories. Don't let her disappear.
I will, Dad. I promise.
We stood there as the wind picked up. Leaves falling, the sky gray but not threatening. Just November in Cleveland. Sophie, Emily's daughter, stepped forward. She was 12, serious eyes like her mother.
Grandpa, can I ask you something?
Of course, sweetheart.
Were you scared? When everything fell apart?
I thought about lying, protecting her from the truth. But she deserved honesty. Yes, I was terrified.
How did you keep going?
One day at a time, sometimes 1 hour at a time. I told myself just one more day. And then I'd wake up and say it again. Eventually, the days added up. She nodded, processing.
I'll remember that.
I hope you never need to, but if you do, you'll know it's possible. We left together, walked to our cars, made plans for Thanksgiving. Emily insisted on hosting this year, said her kitchen was bigger. I didn't argue. That night, I stood at my window above the diner, looked out at 14th Street, the lights, the people, the movement of the city. A year ago, I was sleeping in my truck. No hope, no future, just survival. Now I had a home, a business, a family restored, a purpose. I thought about Linda, about everything we'd built together, everything I'd lost, everything I'd found again. It wasn't the same. It would never be the same. She was gone. That hole would always be there. But I was still here, still standing, still moving forward. I took out her wedding ring, held it in my palm. It caught the streetlight, gleamed. "Thank you," I whispered, "for teaching me how to keep going, for showing me what love looks like, for the stew, for everything." The ring was silent, but I didn't need an answer. I already knew what she'd say. Keep cooking, keep loving, keep showing up. That was enough. That was everything. I slipped the ring onto my pinky finger. It fit, snug but comfortable. I'd wear it now. A reminder, a promise. Tomorrow, I'd wake before dawn, go downstairs, start the coffee, prep the vegetables, make the stew. Marcus would arrive at 6, David at 6:30, Sarah at 7. We'd open at 7:30. The regulars would come, the new customers, the curious, the hungry, and I'd serve them one bowl at a time, made with care, made with heart. That was my second chance, my second sunrise. I'd lost everything once, my home, my wife, my dignity, my reason to wake up. But life had given me another morning, another chance. Kindness had saved me. Community had rebuilt me. Now, every bowl of stew I served was a thank you to Marcus, to David, to everyone who'd helped without asking why, to Linda, who taught me that love meant feeding people, taking care of them, showing up even when it was hard. I closed my eyes, felt the weight of the ring on my finger. Outside, the city hummed. Inside, I was still, ready for tomorrow, for the next day, for whatever came. I'd keep my eyes open, keep my hands working, keep my heart full. That was how you survived. That was how you lived, one sunrise at a time.